Okay, thanks, Ron. Maybe Rick will have some comments later. And I do know the person who you were talking to, I'm pretty sure was Mike, VE3XRA. I was talking to him on the phone this morning, and I guess Mike's going to be on a conference call with some of the other areas people. Mike's the section manager for Ontario North East, I guess, or Ontario East, I guess, is the section. And they're thinking about what kinds of connections they may want to have for longer distances. And a lot of the areas groups are working commuter FM with local repeaters, and they're interested. And I think he had said that from Renfrew down to people, one of the tests they might do would be find a packet link between Renfrew and down to the headquarters of the Red Cross, and so they're just looking through, see what the possibilities would be in having number of packet stations connected, and use that as a way of being able to relay information from one local group to another in the case of an emergency. Okay, a little bit about me, I guess, what I've been up to in the last little while, which I haven't mentioned here on the net. We'll probably have a bulletin in one of the RAC bulletins in the next couple of days when the translation is done. But to announce that there's a review underway of the questions for that are used on the basic. I think I did mention some of it on this net. Now that I think about it, for the basic and advanced exams in Canada. The questions, if you look at them, they're dated 2007. But from talking to people, it doesn't seem like any were involved in the 2007 review. There may have been a few internal Industry Canada changes, and so what had happened was Industry Canada put out a request for proposals, and RAC put together a team with RAC-E subcontracting and bid and won that, and is now doing that study that reviews the questions in both English and in French for both exams to find out which ones are obsolete and should be taken out, and which ones are. There are a couple of them where it's probably a typing error. They've indicated the wrong answer as being correct, and in many cases there are things that were vague or hard to understand, or we've decided, in fact, today they may not be the best kind of test for who should be allowed on the air. Just one little example that we're thinking of, and we don't know for sure what Industry Canada will do. The project is to give them a set of recommendations, which then they will consider, and they will implement what makes sense to them, because they are the regulatory authority, not us. But some of the questions require people to memorize things, which isn't exactly thought of these days as the most useful way. Understanding is probably better, and when people have computers and can look up things, you probably, it seems like a kind of wasted effort to have people memorizing simple facts. So we're trying to move a little away from that and have things that deal more with concepts than just numbers that you could look up somewhere, and generally trying to make it a little clearer. So it's interesting. It's fun working in both English and in French, and we're looking at both of them. I think they're probably more everything from whether the right punctuation mark is put in, and whether there shouldn't be line breaks in the middle of a question, to this question is obsolete. People don't do that stuff anymore. Get rid of it. So that's been keeping me fairly busy. We've got about, I guess, 2 weeks tomorrow is when the product is supposed to be delivered. So it's been getting a lot of my attention. So with that, before we go through the list again, and I guess actually at this point I might even do some of the announcements about what's happening. But before I do that, I'll take another call for a check-in. Is there anyone else who would like to join the Ottawa Valley Upper Frequencies Net? Please go ahead now.